Welcome to another episodic episode of the Check-In Report. Today's topic was Kanye wrong? Since the whole Drink Champs debacle, Nori has apologized. Even Kanye has apologized, which I don't think he should have apologized. But if we're all looking back in hindsight, if we're all looking at the grand scheme and the bigger picture, was Kanye West wrong? I need to know. Think about it. And we're going to walk this thing down. Every other race, whether you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, Middle Eastern, any race, gets to talk about the negatives, the bottom feeders, the evils, the turmoil, the poverty, the pain, the violence, the glorification of that violence. Everybody of every other race gets to talk about that when it comes to black people. You got, people on Fox News, white people on Fox News, talking about the struggles and the pain and the worst of us on Fox News every day. You got in turn CNN talking about the poverty, the violence, the pain, the struggles, the evils, the criminalization, the victimization of black people. But Kanye, he comes along and he has an issue with a particular race of people, a particular group of people. And he said in the interview, not all of them are bad. But the ones that are bad, they are hurting me. They are victimizing me, and I'm calling them out. And then just because he brought these people up, they did everything in their power to silence him. They silenced him. You got black people who, quote unquote, owned their platforms, which is a lie. You do not own your platform. LeBron James, you don't own your platform. It's a joke. It's a joke, bro. If black people can't come onto your platform and talk candidly about what they're going through, then you don't own your platform. You're being brought and sold. And now we know who cut your checks. Nori, you don't own your platform. Because when the black man came up there and wanted to speak candidly about his struggles and what was going on with him in another race and what they're putting him through, he could not talk candidly. He got shut down on your platform. So all of this black excellence, all of this, black ownership, it's a myth. All of these black entertainers have sugar daddies. And a lot of their sugar daddies are the exact people Kanye was talking about. No. Let's be honest. This is real spill. But going back to my point, everybody gets to talk about the negatives of black people. You walk into a Foot Locker. What's the first thing that happens when you walk into a Foot Locker? Think about it. This is a corporation. This is a billion-dollar corporation of footwear and apparel. The first thing, what happens when you walk into a Foot Locker? The first thing you hear is nigga, the N-word blasting through the speakers at, high decibels. We're disrespected every day. You turn on the CNN, they're talking about the negatives of the black community. You turn on Fox News, they talking about the negatives of the black community. You know, they talking about how we glorify this, we glorify that. Everybody gets a taste of us. Everybody gets to profit off of us. The same group of people that Kanye was talking about. A lot of them own labels. A lot of them are lawyers for artists. So what I'm seeing is a group of people, respectfully, that, you know, can profit off of us. That can talk about our pain. And this, in terms of talking about our pain, I mean, including those people and everybody else. Everyone gets to profit off of us. Everyone gets to eat off of us. Everyone gets to make content off of us. Us dying in the street. Us rapping about it. Everybody profits off of our pain and talks about us. But here comes Kanye West. A man that decided to be outspoken and give his truths. And I don't agree with everything he said. I don't agree with him saying that there was no knee on the back of George Floyd's neck. I don't agree with that. But in terms of what he said, in terms of those people controlling the narrative is very important. Controlling the narrative. Doing everything to silence him. They don't want that negative stereotype, that negative, you know, energy, that negative rhetoric on their people. But when it comes to the black man, when it comes to the black people, the black community, those, and he said this in an interview, when a black person does something, it's indicative of every black person. If a black person goes into a store and robs everybody and kills someone, it's indicative of every black person. But when somebody does something like that, or does something, you know, wrong, and it's stereotypical of their community, it's looked at as hate speech. And when someone calls it out, when someone does something that's stereotypical of their race, and it's being called out by someone from another race, it's looked at as hate speech, hate rhetoric. Is that true? Or are they controlling the narrative? Because everyone's controlling the narrative when it comes to the black community. And of course you have the get along gang, as Kwame Brown says. The get along gang, the Charlemagnes. You know, the left-wing bootlickers, if you will. Doing everything to make Kanye look like the most despicable human on the planet. When the man just spoke his mind. Where are we in society where people can't have an opinion that isn't, you know, going along with the sheep narrative? If these are Kanye West's thoughts, and I'm not saying that his thoughts may be correct, or his thoughts are right, or he shouldn't have to face consequences for his thoughts. That's not my rhetoric. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, why are they silencing him? And who's controlling the narrative? Controlling the narrative is so important. They did everything in their power to control the narrative. And those are my thoughts. This is Truman Living. This is the Check-In Report. Make sure you check in.